Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Astroneer with your friend Kuros Paladin. And here we are at a new save. And let me preface this by saying the prior series that I was doing, yeah, it tailed off. I don't plan to do that again. Um, what happened with that save is multiple things. The main one being I just was not enjoying it. It was getting frustrating because I don't know if I even published the video where I landed on Glazio and I couldn't find anything worthwhile on Glazio. Nothing. No Titanite, no Hematite. Well, there was some Hematite, but just no Titanite. And I was searching and searching, and I know that is part of this game. However, didn't I just wasn't enjoying it, and then I also got frustrated. I don't remember the exact thing, but it was a um, partial my fault and also just the way that the game behaves to when you make a mistake that is not intentional. And it just kind of caused me to rage quit that save. And I still have the save, but I just don't plan to go anywhere with it. So here we are with another one. Now you can see here I am in custom made game mode. Let me start that again. Custom game mode. So what I've done here is I have upped the resources just a little bit. If this is something that you think is cheating, then I'm sorry. It is, I guess, cheating in a way to up them, but I didn't up them ridiculously. I've upped them, to a factor of 2 or 0.7 or something like that. Well, actually, no, 3, okay. Because, again, not all resources, just certain biomes. I also upped the spaceports on Silva because I like having those as options, so I upped those. But I did not change any of the, I don't start with anything. Sometimes I'll start with an oxygen tank, and I might even start with the hoverboard because I am so accustomed to the hoverboard. But I'm going to balance. I'm going to up the resources a little bit, but I'm not going to start with anything. I didn't change. We're going to have unlimited lives. Didn't change any of this. Didn't change any of this. Didn't change any of this. So it's just the resources that I've updated. And the occurrence, I've actually backed off on the number of mountains. You might have seen that. 0.7, because I feel like there's always too many mountains on Silva. But then I upped the resources there a little bit. Same with the crevasses. I just feel like there's way too many crevasses there. Just letting you know up front that yes, I have made some, and I wanted to show this. I wanted to be honest up front, showing you that this is not, hey, look how lucky I was in all of this, right? So go ahead, and we're going to hit confirm. And yep, I want to use these settings. Wow, that's really loud in my headset. So, that was really loud. I'll have to, hopefully I can fix that, but that was really loud. So remember what I said about crevasses? I mean, right off the bat. So looking around. So we got some graphite over there. That's pretty good. Kind of concerned there. Okay, there's a little bit of resin. There's some more. No compound nearby, but we'll figure it out. Okay. Not a terrible spot to land. So let's go ahead. We're going to exit. Okay, I'm going to adjust volume Sorry if you see me going out here. Okay. That was just really, really loud. Am I even hit? No, I'm not even hitting the right button. Okay. There we go. I don't know if that impacts the volume that goes out to OBS or not. I don't think it does. Okay. That was just really loud, that landing. So, all right, so here we are. Let's start where everybody usually does. We've got our beginning stuff. So let's get that oxygenator in there, because of course suffocating is bad. We have our printer. We'll just set that little guy up right here next to our shelter so that we have some stuff. We've already completed that little mission. My OCD is getting me. I just like that to be a little straight. There we go. So we get some tethers and bytes. Excellent. So doing really good. I like my tethers there. This is post Megatech, so the Megatech stuff will become available. I have the full DLC for Megatech, and I might be talking about that and my thoughts on Megatech. It is January 23rd, so it has been out for 2 months. They've done 4 hot fixes, or was it 5? 4 or 5 hot fixes for Megatech. I think it's only been 4. And my thoughts on just how System Era handled it all. But anyhow, so gosh, I should know all these by heart, but it's been a long time since I started a new save. So breathing space, connected tether to the oxygenator. We could obviously do that. Glitch walkers. Okay, that's just gonna hang out until I do it. So we drop, boom, easiest thing in the world. So we get a small canister and 500 more bytes. So let's go ahead. We're going to put the canister on our terrain tool where it kind of belongs. And then resourcing and landfilling. So these kind of go hand in hand. I'm going to go through the missions as I can. I really want to leave that graphite for as long as possible. I also want to not disturb the terrain as much as possible. I like the natural look. Future System Era, if you ever do watch it, it'd be nice if we could paint some of these plants again. But I have a nice blank or barren spot here that I can expand out into and not worry about digging up the local flora. Let's go ahead. We're going to grab some resin from over here, and I'm going to go underground to do it. There we go. Alright, there's 4, and then we gotta run back here because my little guy is about to suffocate. There we go. So, resin, excellent. The most, in my opinion, the most useful resource in the game. So, and then it wants me to pull up compound. Now, I didn't see any compound. And I have gotten so used to the run that the Megatech, there's a perk you can get from Megatech for running speed, and I've gotten so used to it that I have to remember I don't run as fast. I guess we'll go this way. So I have to be careful because I only have so many tethers. It's showing as connecting, but it isn't, so, okay. Let's go this direction. So, oh, I see compound up here, okay. So, plenty of compound. Oh, yeah, this is really good. So, I just had to do surface at the moment. Whoop. There we go. Alright. So I'm actually going to pick these back up on the way. So I love this game. I have close to 3,500 hours in the game. And you've seen all the episodes that I put out on this. I've been with many players, Captain Clueless, Kadef, Chuck, Todd. Um, I started in this game with Haggard Nerd. In fact, it was two other influencers that got me into this game. One of them was Haggard Nerd, but the one that really got me started is Biffa, because he used to play this. Now he just does city skylines. I'll fix your city, and just yeah, he's not the same anymore. Anyhow, enough about that. So okay, we got a medium storage, medium platform, the schematic for the oxygenator. So always handy to have these platforms, because now I can put the printer on it and it doesn't just sit on the ground there. I always make this same decision every single time when I start these bases, and then I always regret it, but I'm still going to do it because I don't know why. I'm just stuck in my ways, as it were. So we're going to put this down here. And darn it, it was rotated 90 degrees. I should have paid attention. I was trying to make it perfectly aligned with the other one, but anyhow. All right, and then we got some storage. I'm going to double rotate that. The reason I do that is on the medium storage, large storage, when you unpack them, they load from the bottom to the top, or the orientation that they load from bottom to top. I prefer top to bottom, so I just flip it like that. So if you ever see me, if you wonder why am I rotating the medium storage when I unpack it, that's why. All right, so we've got printing up, land filling, which I haven't quite got there, and lights in the distance. So this will be a little bit later. Printing up and land filling, not a big deal. In fact, boom, boom. And so right off the bat, I'm going to need another platform for that printer. So as far as land filling, let's go do... Oh, and I even have a natural entrance to the underworld. Excellent. Let's grab some more resin, and then also work on that land filling, because it's hard to have too much resin in this game. It really is. So I'm trying not to create giant holes to fall into. Instead, I'm going to create tiny holes that I don't see and then fall into those instead. So, all right. So we're going to want... actually, so I would really like to just go straight to the large platform B. So it's only 500 bytes. I've got it. So we're going to do that. We got to take this, move it. Because the large platform B is very useful, I guess. I don't know why I paused on that. But the C, or rather the extra large C, is my favorite platform. And then the extra large, I think it's B, which is, I don't see it used by a lot of players, but I like it for, yeah, this one, the extra large platform B. I like it for storing medium storage canisters. All right, anyhow, back over to here. I just unlocked a whole bunch of missions. So what is my goal going to be in this? Automation. If you've watched my other videos, I really enjoy trains. I really enjoy the automation. I'm going to do my typical auto sorting that I usually do. I'm going to have rails delivered to that with Megatech. If I'm going to foreshadow on the Megatech stuff, if they get the intermodal to work the way it should be working, it will be really awesome to have that. But it's going to be a while till I get the Megatech stuff going in this save, because the amount of resources required for that are insane. All right, so land filling, we get some more bytes. And printing up, we get the large platform B, which I really don't need. Oh wait, no, that is the one I'm printing. I'm sorry. I thought it was going to give me the smaller one. So I guess I didn't have to print that, but I'm okay because this is a good platform to have. So, all right. So here's what I want to do, just for funsies. Come on. So, darn it. There we go. Where's the arrow? Because I want it to be pointing the right direction. So if you look at the hologram, you can see the arrow. And I just want it facing the same way. There it was, right there. So, okay, I got to do this 180. That was... I don't even know how many times I spun it there. Dizzy platform at this point. So now I lost... Okay, so only 2. There we go. All right. And then... actually, so it is facing... So what I'm going to do is do that and go over here. So it's a nice 90-degree angle off. There we go. Connect. We can move it a little bit. Just so it's not too claustrophobic here. That's good enough. All right. And then we got this. And we'll... gonna have a really weird laid out base here, I think. But, so... Oh, arrow is already the right way. So this is something that I usually do just to see that... Just so I get these nice 90-degree, or very close to 90-degree. There we go. Lock that in place. All right, so now I have plenty of platforms. Platforms, oh, plenty. Let's get our print platform basically going here. There's all of our print. And then get some storage so it's not just... Or user storage, so it's not just on the ground. Excellent. All right. So, always, you know, this early start, yeah, you can breeze right through it, I guess. So I'm going to try to not be too slow. All right, print and use research, unlock a smelting, and unlock print and attach. I hate this mission because it forces you to build a boost mod, which... I don't use, but anyhow. All right, so, you know, print and connect a small generator. We are going to need generators. And a research chamber, going to need that. So I have the resources for the research chamber. I have the resources, I think, for, oh, nope, I don't for the generator because the generator is a compound. And I'm going to use it for the research. Oh, you stole the resin. There we go. Okay. All right, so do that, and then I need to run out and grab more compound. So I know I pulled up that line of tethers, but we'll do this. Head out here again. And hopefully... I can find one of those wrecked landing pads. That's what they call them, the spaceports. Because that's probably where I'm going to build the majority. I just like having those spaceports. And then this will be like my Astroneer's home. I don't know if I've shown off my current mega save that I've got going on with Megatech. And I actually do have one massive base. Just a massive base. The largest thing I've ever built, I think, in Astroneer. And then... The starting shelter is like where the Astroneer, that's where he goes. So he commutes to work every day, and he uses the rail to do it. So, all right. So that's taking a long time only because, of course, actually, that doesn't go there. It would be here for the small generator. So we do this, and then I don't even have any organic yet. So how do I want to deal with organic? If I don't want to dig up the nice stuff around here, like I said, I like I like the way it looks. I really do. So I hate destroying it. So we'll do it in somebody else's backyard. How's that? We'll come all the way over here and we'll dig up this over here instead. So I get some organic. And then a soil extractor will be very handy for this too. So let's just mow the grass here a little bit. Oh, I don't want that running yet. Stop. There we go. All right. So run back because the generator will definitely be useful for obvious reasons. So my smelter is finished. And then, of course, I'm sorry, not smelter, the research chamber. So we're going to take that, attach it there, and that takes care of that. And I think I get a battery for that? Yeah, I get a battery. And we'll attach that right there. Kind of like a porch light. Okay. So we have a research chamber. Excellent. Let's go collect our rewards for all of these missions. So we've got 2 beacons and more bites. Turn them off, and then I don't really need beacons at the moment, so we'll just put these, actually we'll put them here. I charged the battery. I totally forgot about that being a mission. So let's go get that. So a splitter and power extenders. The schematics. Alright. What else do they want us to do? So take a bite. Retooling. Okay, here we go. That really should have been sniff the roses. Really. But anyhow, eyes on lithium. That will be a while. So, alright. Research shambles. Would you like a research shample? What the heck was that? So let's do some tethers. Oh, there we go. And then we're going to head over here because there'll be plenty over here. Plenty of research samples over here, not shamples. Oh. Come on. There we go. Megatech has an auto tether dropper, which I haven't tried yet. It would seem like it'd be a little annoying because then it would just like be dropping tethers everywhere. Wow, usually those little plants are everywhere. Huh. Oh, there's plenty of compound. Oh, an ammonium, but it's mixed in. So an auto extractor will not be able to get to it. There's a feature that I would like is the ability for auto extractors to be filtered. So you can say, hey, if there's more than one one resource here, pick up only the certain one. Here's one of the new plants, the finwheel. But I have to be careful because oxygen is very limited. Astroneers have the most durable knees, I think, of any species in the universe. So, let's see if I can find any of these little plants. Wow, I'm just surprised at how few there are. There we go. Okay. But I have to keep running back and forth. Let me run the tethers a little bit further here. If I could get the leaf out of my way. There we go. So let's just go this way. Up to the top of the hill so I can get a good view of what's around here. Oh, that's that same ammonium deposit. So maybe I can do it if I put an auto extractor here. I once spent about 45 minutes setting up an auto extractor. That might have been it. That might have been the rage quit on the prior series, where I spent about 45 minutes setting up an auto extractor on hematite. And then it just would grab compound instead, because there was a compound deposit nearby. And it really was like just the last straw. I love the game, but that particular save, it's like, nope, I'm done. So, I don't like how they used to have where the research thingies were highlighted when you would hover over them. They don't anymore. So, alright, let's head back to those tethers, which I think are on the top of this hill? No? This hill? I think it was this hill. I really hope so. Yep, okay. Hey, remember those beacons that I said I don't need? Oh, I need that oxygen tank. That's one of the first things I usually go for, is the oxygen tank. There's one right there. So, come on. There we go. And that's it. All right. So we're going to head back over here. I'm going to pick those tethers up, because I don't see a need to be going out here again, except for maybe some plume fir trees, which I will be using for landscaping. So, because I do like to landscape in this game. In fact, I'm really proud of the landscaping I've done in my mega save. So, alright, so we've done that. Three Master of Unboxing, so unlock an Exo Research Aid. That's gonna be a while. So, alright. So we've got, I need to make a smelter. I need to end up getting some aluminum, of course. So let's start working on that. Now, normally I would try to flatten out the terrain, and I think I already made a mistake on the layout. I really intended to go this way. So I've already made one mistake. So my nice little 90-degree stuff isn't gonna last. So let's go ahead, pick this up, and move this guy. If I can not get stuck on that. Alright, so I want enough space to be able to, like, wander between there. I don't want a claustrophobic base. So, yeah, I really wanted to go this way because I don't have to, damn it, if I do flatten the terrain, I'm not ripping up the plants. So, but I don't even know if I'm going to flatten the terrain because, like I said, I really want to preserve what I can around here. The other production base, I will definitely be modifying the terrain. All right. So I have plenty of tethers now. So what I'm going to do is head underground and see if I can find some aluminum, because that is going to be something we're going to need. So I don't even have to dig for that. I have a nice entrance to the underworld right here. Well, I don't know if it's a nice entrance, but actually what I would like to do... Oh, I forgot. I forgot how scary dark it is down here without the work light. Get these on the wall. Oh, this doesn't go all the way down. But that's okay. I can keep going down from here. So let's see. I have the not alignment, this. So we'll just go off of that triangle and we'll just go down from here. So let's see what lies below for us. I'm betting it is a cave. So this doesn't have to be too wide because it's not intended for a vehicle. So there we go. Let's get some tethers continuing here. So little guy doesn't suffocate. It's not his fault, so... There we go. So I see what looks like the lower surface. Also, I have a floaty bit here. No floaty bits. There we go. Alright. Let's take a look around and see what... Oh, there's sphalerite. Oh, gosh, that's a really nice deposit of sphalerite. But again, it is because I did up the resources a little bit. So, actually, let me grab that and then kind of smooth this out a little bit. There we go. There. A little bit of min-max on my tether placement. There. Okay. Alright. Wow, yeah. So, I don't know if that's where my extractor will go for sphalerite, but it's definitely a good start. So, alright, let's peek our astro nose around and see what we can find. I'm looking for laterite. Gosh, I already want the alignment mod to just smooth this out down here. There we go. Let's look this direction. Do I see any laterite this way? Just a cave wall. That's not very exciting. What's this direction? Oh, okay, so not very much laterite in the area. Where did I... Oh, this direction. So... So I have a choice. I can keep it looking around. So I will. I'm going to go this way and see... Whoa, careful. There's a hole in the ground. Let's not jump into that. So, of course, if I lay my tethers out right next to it, and then I'm just mindlessly following the tethers without looking. Alright, well, we have plenty of exo research aids, so I can bring that generator down here. Oh, hey, there's some laterite, along with some quartz. I don't know if it's a lot, but let's start getting some, because aluminum will be useful. So, and quartz, both of them will be useful. It's an unusual spot for it, but... Okay, I think that actually filled his backpack. Yep, pretty much. Alright. So let's go ahead and run back up to the... Yeah, like I said, I'm going to follow the tethers and fall into the hole. I call it Morrowing, which I know is a weird word, but it's like Mario, where he falls off the screen and dies. Poor Mario. Can't even make it fall. What's at the bottom of those pits anyhow that kills him? I'm sure somebody's done a silly little thing about that. Anyhow, okay. So I do need to make a smelter, of course. So I already forgot. I think it's just compound. Oh, I have to unlock the smelter. So 250 bytes, compound and resin. And how many? 1 compound, 2 resin. Come on. There we go. Alright, let that start printing. And then we're going to drop off all my malachite, sorry, laterite here. Oops. Alright, come on. Oh. Alright, we'll just drop it there. I don't think I need all these tethers, so I'm going to drop off these. There we go. Alright. And then I want that generator. And we're going to go down below, and we're going to unlock those 2 exo research aids. Surfing, Astroneer! Whee! Bouncing! Alright. So they're right here. And I don't know if these are the ones that require a lot of power or just a certain amount. Where's the connector? There it is. Okay, so this... I don't know if one generator will do it. Let's find out. Nope. Alright, so a bust there. And then here. Okay, this one I can do it. So that'll get me another mission and a little bit of research. Now the question is, do I actually put this in the research chamber and get like about 450 or so? Or do I just research it right now and just get the instant gratification out of it? And truth be told, I'm going to do the instant gratification. Oh, that would have been a lot more. Because it's also the power. Got to deal with power for running the research chamber. So, alright, let's head back up. My smelter might be done by now. Gosh, I am so used, really, to either the hoverboard or the increased run speed. It's just taking me a while to get back used to. And I printed the wrong thing. Gosh, am I in... How many of you saw that? And we're like, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it. Alright, so 1 compound, 2 resin. And that's, yeah, it's the same thing. That's why I didn't really notice it. Alright. So, 2 resin. I need more compound. Soil centrifuge. I need to get the soil centrifuge. Megatech. So, let me talk about Megatech. So, if you've been following, there's been a lot of drama about Megatech. The good, the bad. And unfortunately, the bad greatly outnumbers the good. So where do I land on all of this? I have to say that Megatech gets maybe a 40% from me. It was... So the poster child of Megatech, the intermodal, or I guess maybe some might think that the orbital platform is a poster child. Okay, that is a smelter. The intermodal platform is just useless. How it was released and made it to release the way it is begs a lot of questions. And it makes me wonder what kind of quality control, if any, was going on at System Era. I feel 2 things are happening with System Era. And I'd only found out about a month ago. I didn't even realize this, that they're no longer an indie. They were acquired by another company. And this investor may have said, damn it, you are going to release this before Thanksgiving. You are going to get it out there for the holiday sales. I don't care what state it's in. I work for a company where the owner says that a lot, and I am managed to back him off on it. But I have seen this happen. that they don't care. It's just get it out there, people will buy it. And they don't care about the quality of the product. I feel that is what may have happened here. It was rushed, and the intermodal is evidence of that. It is bugged to the sense of it does not do what it should be doing. There are lots of videos out there that probably talk about it, but it will only work with 8 nuggets of resources on a large shuttle. That's it. If you put storage on there, if you fill the tier 3 slots with storage, it thinks it's full. But the storage is empty. It doesn't react to the storage being empty. Just, train stations, storage sensors have this figured out. The intermodal doesn't. So you can only move 8 resources back and forth. The other thing that I think happened over there, I cannot be certain, this is all speculation, both of these, is that Starseeker is the focus of System Era, potentially because of this new owner. And Starseeker has the A team, and Astroneer Megatech was left to the B, or possibly even C team. I'm not saying that they're not as talented, but they don't get what they need to get things done. I've seen a game that was rushed to release. It's got to get out there. It's got to be out there by this date. Or sometimes it was, hey, you are releasing this next month, no matter what. It's coming out next month. That game was Cities Skylines 2. And you may have noticed I don't play it anymore. It is, maybe after 2 years they fixed it, but it was rushed to the release, and it was a huge reputation hit for Colossal Order. And I'm not blaming Colossal Order. They were forced to release this thing. The publisher, Paradox, had just a total bomb of a release. Just totally tanked, and that was League of Lamplighters. So Paradox needed something to go out to replace that, to have something on the shelves, as it were. And they kind of forced the hand of Colossal Order to release City Skylines in October, when it still needed another 3 or 4 months at least. Megatech, I feel, has the same issue. It was rushed to release, and it is very obvious it was rushed to release. It does not. It has a whole bunch of bugs. They have done, I think it's only been 4 hot fixes. 2 of those were within 48 hours of Megatech being released. So for everybody out there that's saying, that was saying System Era didn't do anything in a timely manner, 2 hot fixes in 48 hours shows that they were aware of something was going on, and they were doing what they could. So I will stand behind System Era on at least trying to correct what they could. But then there were some messages that were released that made it seem like everything's fine. If you've seen the meme of the dog drinking coffee saying everything's fine while the entire office around him is on fire. That's kind of what I felt like happened there. But then they eventually, System Era, said, we made a mistake, we're sorry. It still felt like there was a bit of excuse in there, but Megatech, I've done 3 takes at a video showing off the Megatech stuff, and those videos lasted for almost 2 hours, and it was mostly me ranting about how things are broken in Megatech, and also some of the decisions made in Megatech. Like the distribution launcher system, I think they call it, is not needed. It's just this. It was just a concept that made it all the way through and should have been realized that it's not needed. It is not needed. Um, and then the museum and the intermodal are also broken. The um, biodome is useless. It doesn't do what you would think a biodome would do. So almost all of the Megatech stuff just unfortunately failed to do what you would think Megatech would do. So what would I think Megatech would do? Well, first of all, automation would be a big part of that. And the just the platform twisted just as I put it down, but oh well. You would think that an intermodal platform would be automation. The biodome has automation built into it. The museum doesn't really do anything like that. And the orbital platform, I don't understand the purpose of the orbital platform. It's just another planet, although it does give you unlimited soil with a lot of work. So I was excited when I saw Megatech launched, or announced, I should say. I was really excited. And I would love for Megatech to be what we expected it to, and kind of what System Era was alluding to for Megatech. So, starting with I already explained the intermodal is broken. The distribution launcher system, concept-wise, is just broken. It requires a lot of resources, and then the anchors that you build for these things, you're penalized. When you put these things down, you're penalized, because to get rid of them, you can't just pack them up and move them or destroy them. You have to spend a nanocarbon alloy and a graphene to get rid of them. Now, you might say, hey, at that point in the game, nanocarbon isn't a big deal, but holy cow, why the most valuable resource in the game to get rid of these things? Because once they've done their thing, they're useless. They're just in the way. You might be able to use them you can use them as another platform that has 5, I think, tier 1, tier 3 slots on them, and then 1 tier 4 in the middle. No, I'm sorry, there is no tier 4 in the middle. Never mind, just 5 tier 3s, may have been even 6, I can't remember. But they're ugly, and they're going to be right next to the megastructure, because you can't move them. They're permanent when you put them in place. So the DLS and the anchor platforms, not really thought through, in my opinion. The museum is just it's not worth DLC. You can get some perks out of it, but they did something really terrible, which is to get one of the most useful perks out of it. You are not guaranteed to ever get it, because 2 of the items that you need to get this perk are never guaranteed to be in your save. And they're 2 of the medium research items. One of them is the very rare that only 1 will appear in your save if it appears on Calidor. That's required for this perk. And then the other is one that usually appears on Novus. But again, you have to search for it, but it is not guaranteed to be there. So they put this one perk behind the chance that you will never get it. There is no opportunity. You can't, there's just no. It's impossible to unlock it. You can get a soft lock, is what I'm getting. To put a perk like that behind a soft lock like that. And they knew this when they picked those specific items. Some of the other perks, like I said, the sprint speed, yeah, that's kind of nice. Then there's one for um, print speed and a couple of other things. But for the most part, really not that useful. And they don't tell you this. There's all the tooltips. Nobody proofread the tooltips for what they're telling you. And one of the things is these perks. It's like, oh yeah, that sounds like a great perk. Turn it on. It doesn't tell you it draws power to have that perk active all the time. It doesn't tell you. 3U per second, which isn't a lot, again, in the late game, but it just hides that. It doesn't tell you. So there were a lot of things like that that maybe they would have been corrected if the game had been able to go through proper quality control or QA, whatever you want to call it, play testing. It was not even given to any players to try out and provide feedback. And I know I wouldn't have been one of those because I'm not one of System Era's favorites. I don't have 3,000 subscribers, so they don't listen. They don't look at me. But the museum, useless. The biodome, I don't even want to get started on it. Let me just say it is a total failure. It is a total failure. It looks really pretty, but it does. That's all it does. It just looks pretty. That's it. So I would just suggest the DLC for Megatech at this time. I would say no, don't buy it if you don't have it. So, all right. Anyhow, I went on much longer about that than I wanted to. I'm sorry. I unlocked, and I just snorted there. Sorry. Ever since the surgery, my jaw, whatever, and the way that things happen in there, it's yeah, that happens. Okay, so we have Master of Unboxing. So we get the buggy. That's pretty cool. Although I don't have a RTG yet, a portable RTG. And then another medium storage, which is, yeah, I'll take it. All right. 2000, okay, so I need a little bit more. Bait and switch. This is something that we can see that's for the spoiler. I won't say if you haven't gone there. Moving in Holland. Another one I hate because it's like print a tractor and then I never use it. Arm yourself. Okay. That's not bad because auto arms are useful. Parts unknown. That's when we get somewhere. Tungsten. That's also when I finally can get to Calidor or D-Solo. So we have a buggy, which is pretty cool. And then I have 2 compounds, so I actually can do this. I think it's unlocked by default. Yep, the rover seat. So we'll go ahead and print a rover seat. So I have all this aluminum over here. Yes, I'm a North American, so it's aluminum. What can I do with it? Oh, yeah, here's my medium storage. And that, actually, I'm going to put on the print platform. So, and then this, we're going to just drop here because I don't have anywhere for it yet. Okay. And then let's grab our rover seat. We're going to put it on the rover. And then I can actually explore now. And we'll do that in the next episode because I've gone long here, but that's because I did a lot of talking about Megatech. I might do a little bit more, but I hope you enjoy this run through. I hope I don't get as frustrated as I did with the last save. That was, like I said, there was a bit of a rage on that, but it was also just not a fun save. I was getting really frustrated with that particular save. Glazio, I went to 4 different landing sites, underground, searched for an hour. In fact, one episode I recorded, I realized I had been looking underground for an hour and a half, never found any Titanite down there. So I don't know what was going on. So hopefully that doesn't happen in this particular save. I love this game. I am going to give System Era the benefit of the doubt on Megatech. I'm going to let them have a chance to fix it. It has been 2 months, almost 2.5 months now, and they put the 4 hot fixes out. It would have been nice if they had concentrated on fixing the glaring issue of the intermodal. I don't know what has to happen to fix it, though. But the intermodal, I really want that to work because I think that's going to be a really cool thing to make work in an automation environment. So anyhow, I will talk to all of you in the next episode of Astroneer. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, take care and bye.